Broken Arrow podcast, live from the bar, live from Bar Blue Lagoon in Okinawa, Japan. This is episode 2. I'm Donnie Bosco, aka Matt. I'm a local journalist here in Okinawa. I didn't introduce myself in podcast 1, so I probably should say who I am.
I can't believe we missed that.
Yeah. With me is my colleagues, Frank Andrews.
Yep.
You want to introduce yourself?
Once again, Frank Andrews, also a journalist here in Okinawa. And the three of us, we work together. But this is round 2, and we decided to have on our coworker.
This is another journalist from
Okinawa.
Okinawa.
Interesting man of the year.
Yeah, Keshi Koja. Do you want to introduce
Keshi
yourself?
Koja, Raul Keshi from Venezuela.
Yeah.
Trying to be a Japanese, trying to be a Japanese here, working as a journalist in a US base. So it's too confusing.
Indeed.
But Keshi, you have one of the coolest stories because your families we're in Okinawa.
Yeah.
Your family is originally from Okinawa.
Yeah.
They actually migrated out of Okinawa when again?
Before I was maybe made in Okinawa, but born in Venezuela.
Wow, so
Exactly.
you were conceived in Okinawa.
Exactly.
We're gonna get to that.
Okay,
Let's
later.
first. I just want to say again, it's the weekend. It's been a long week, as we all can attest. Cheers, gentlemen.
Yeah, we have to enjoy.
We're here at Bar Blue Lagoon once again.
He was conceived on the weekend.
And so pull up a stool and join us. We're gonna have a discussion about anything and everything. I just want to say before we get going, the topics that we might give our opinion on things. All the opinions that are shared on this podcast are our own. They don't represent anybody that we may work for or anything like that. And also, if we do talk about financial stuff, this is not financial advice. We are not experts in finance. We just are enthusiasts, and so we talk about some of the moves that we're making, but we don't want anyone to, get any ideas or to, risk their house based on based on us. But one thing I did want to say, and me and Frank talked about this week, just before we start. We're doing this podcast at Bar Blue Lagoon. My dear friend Wayne, the proprietor, has allowed us to do this here. And the idea is, I was thinking the other day, I'm not trying to glorify alcohol and the consumption of alcohol. Yeah. We're just, in Japan, there's a culture, when I first came to Japan, one of the first places my predecessor took me was a Japanese bar to meet Japanese journalists. Mm-hmm. And, at the end of the week, that's where they go to network and talk and discuss topics and stuff and drink a couple of beers and unwind. But, it's nothing too crazy. I'm not trying to glorify anything. I'm not trying to trigger anyone if they struggle with alcohol abuse. Please seek help if that is the case. However, we're just having a good time and we're just, having a good conversation. So we'll kick it off this week. One of the things I wanted to bring up first was some of the things that happened this week. Twitter took away the blue check marks for people unless you pay $8 a month. And, all these celebrities, Bill Gates, musicians, all these people have lost their check marks. Yeah. I think a lot of organizations, corporations, they lost their check marks because they refused to pay the $8 a month. So I just wanted to get your guys' take on that. I mean, what are your thoughts on Twitter, first of all, what Musk has done with Twitter, and this whole blue checkmark business? Because I kind of thought it was stupid to begin with, because it was there wasn't a process to apply for a blue checkmark. They just randomly gave them out if you were famous enough. And now Elon Musk owns Twitter. He's trying to make money. There's obviously a huge budget shortfall, and so he's basically trying to sell the blue checkmark to anyone who wants to pay $8 a month. What are you guys' thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on Twitter, first of all?
Actually, well, not of Twitter. about selling the blue check mark, for me, it's pretty easy. I mean, Elon Musk, what he did is let the world know that Twitter needs money.
Yeah.
You're running out. It's clearly.
It's a business.
I mean, exactly.
They were losing money.
And who cares?
Yeah.
Who needs that blue check mark?
But does it, because what it was originally meant to do was to say, hey, this is actually that real person, their account. And now anybody can, I think when he first did it, people were like starting like these accounts that were fake accounts. It was like Nintendo or something, being like, hey, screw you, I'm as Mario or something like. So like it kind of doesn't doesn't really have a purpose anymore.
Yeah.
But like I understand it. I mean, he's got to make money, but like it's still kind of a strange thing. Like, what do you think about it, Frank?
Yeah, I mean, so what I think is, going back to the beginning, the first thing you said was, the reason, like, you could go through, it wasn't just for famous people or celebrities. You actually had to go through a verification process to basically prove that you were who you said you were.
Yeah.
Or you were who you said you are. And I almost did it, but then I was like, I kind of like not being, like, doxxed or, like, certified. Maybe doxxed is not the word. But anyways, to answer your question, I mean, like Keshi was saying, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a publicly traded company. You can buy Twitter stock, okay? And so you had a company that he moved in because he wanted to, he likes free speech, he likes the First Amendment.
Well.
Okay. Maybe we can get it, but that's what he says.
Yeah.
And then he discovered, he almost backed out of it. And they were like, oh, he's not buying it. You know why?
Why?
Because he found it, he's like, oh, shit.
This thing loses.
This thing is
exactly.
This is a dead company.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I have to find a way to make this money.
Didn't they sue him to make him buy it after he offered, but then he tried to retract it?
So now
something like that.
Now he's turning it around.
Yeah.
You have to. $8 is nothing if you want the check.
Right.
And you know what? Now it's going to be a profitable business, which is what shareholders want.
Right.
They want to get a profit.
Yeah.
And if I understand correctly, Twitter was losing money.
Definitely was, yeah.
It was,
a lot of money.
They were running it in the ground. And so,
I mean, his net worth took a huge hit, and it even affected Tesla stock, which is like a darling right now. Of like the market. Everybody's super bullish on Tesla stock, and now it's taken a hit. I mean, it's down. I think it wasn't it like 300 something a share at one point? Now it's down to like 180 or it's in the 100 somewhere. I forget.
And speaking of that, today it's Saturday. It's Saturday, April 22nd in Okinawa. It's still the 21st in the States, but I think it was Friday in the States. Was it Friday? Like his SpaceX satellite blew up.
Yeah, and people cheered.
They were like 4th of July.
Yeah, woo!
Fireworks.
Yep.
It crashed, and you know what else crashed? You know what else went down 5% when the rocket popped?
What's that?
Dogecoin.
Did it really?
Really?
Wow.
So Dogecoin is correlated with SpaceX, apparently.
Wow, that's crazy.
Just as Twitter was correlated with, what do you say went down?
Tesla. I mean,
Tesla.
But Tesla has gone down since. But I mean, the market's down, so it's hard. There's a lot of factors. It's not just his kind of like. I guess I wouldn't say it was smooth. Because like I think a court forced him to. He put in the offer. Then a court, I think, forced him to, because he tried to withdraw, and I believe, I could be wrong about this, but I believe a court forced him to actually go through with buying Twitter.
Right.
And then when he got in there, he's lost a lot of money. His net worth is down. Tesla stock is down, but a lot of that could be due to just market conditions. I mean, the market's down overall, but
yeah.
And that's a good pivot point, actually, because we should talk about the market. I mean, markets. Everybody's saying that a recession is coming.
Almost everybody.
Yeah.
Almost everybody.
And at the same time, like we talked about it this week, there's a huge kind of chicken game going on in Congress with like the debt ceiling. Yeah. So if they don't raise the debt ceiling, like I think it's like June
October.
Or something. Well, yeah, it's like after. It could be earlier, but they're saying by like September, October, or something like that. but they're saying that I think it's like revenues are down from the IRS from taxes this year so far, so they could run out of money sooner. It could be like as early as June, but the Republican Party's in charge of the House, and they are basically having kind of like a inner fight over voting to raise the debt ceiling, and so that is, it's not 100% assured that it's going to happen. I think it will happen, but there could be a little pain there, and it could tank the market a little further if they mess around with it.
Which could be a good time if you're sitting on cash to jump in and
yeah.
But we go through this almost every year.
Yeah, we do.
Where they wait until the last minute and then they raise the debt ceiling.
So what are you buying this week? What do you got going on?
So not financial advice, but Matt and I. See, here's the thing, poor Keshi. Like when we're all working, like Keshi has to, like me and Matt will get into this conversation.
Yeah.
And
I know.
Keshi's just like, I'm not participating in this conversation.
Yeah. So far, at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
We're gonna drag you in eventually.
Exactly,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just say it real quick and then move on, and we can move on to something else.
Yeah.
But like what I think is, Matt, like we drew it out on the board last week. We think gold is going to do really well right now. Gold is 2100, and we think gold can finish up at 32, 35 by the end of this year, going into 24. So Matt, I think our plan is to hold gold and then pivot into
and we actually did the same thing on the same day with the same plan in mind, and then found out after we were talking about it. But so like we both bought gold mining stocks like at the same time, because they're pretty far down, and with gold, the price being what it is and where it's going to go, you know, these gold mining stocks I think are going to be fantastic in the next
for like next
year.
2 years.
Yeah.
Or 2 years or longer.
Yeah,
Some people said 5.
Right.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
Which gold's always going to do good in a recession, in a down economy.
Always.
It's a hedge against crap. But also we're anticipating to pivot out of gold sometime at the end of the second quarter or going into 2024. Because we've got two things happening in 2024. On April, we have the Bitcoin halving, and we've got 14 years of a pattern. We know exactly what's going to happen in April. Bitcoin halving is going to happen. 6 months later, we're going to go into Bitcoin's going to just soar, right? So right now, Bitcoin is approximately 27,000, and I would say, well, for me, unless things change, I'm going to be watching this market. But I think I'm in gold now. I'm gonna pivot out of gold towards the beginning of the end of the year or the beginning of 2024, and then I'm just gonna hold to 25 and 26 for that 10x.
Bitcoin.
For that 10x.
Yeah, I'm gonna pivot out of gold as well into Bitcoin.
And let me tell you something. If I play that just right, I'll tell you about it.
Yeah, this will be the very last podcast we have.
Yeah.
Francis flying away from the island.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would like to go back at the beginning. In my opinion, this guy, Elon Musk, is fucking intelligent. I don't like him, but he's smart,
he's
rich.
What don't you like about him?
I don't like everything about him either.
Exactly.
He's abrasive. He's a little bit weird.
For me, he's too intelligent. He's too.
No,
smart.
he's a smart guy, and I respect. I respect real. Like I respect him. I think he's a genius, just based on his track record, the shit that he's built and the shit that he's done. But I think like he's been putting himself out there more and more, his personality and stuff. And I don't think it. It's like when you were kind of elusive behind the scenes. Nobody really like
you want him to be a Jeff Bezos billionaire?
Why not?
Nah, but I mean, like, I don't need to.
Exactly.
I don't need to know like
his personality.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's.
Why don't you need to know his personality?
Because I don't think it's flattering to him. Like I think I like him less now than I did a year ago. I still love his companies, but I like him personally less. Like. It peaked for me when he was on Rogan's podcast and he was smoking and chilling and showing a real side of himself. And then he just started like
he's just like
it's almost like the Twitter stuff. Like he bought Twitter and Twitter had plenty of problems. With censorship and all that stuff. but he kind of framed it like, first off, he selectively released things. He didn't release everything. Like, I would have preferred, instead of just to be like, here's some documents to Matt Taibbi, I would have preferred him to be like, here's everything. Go through it, like a WikiLeaks type dump. Like, here you go, here's everything. And it's searchable. Any journalist, not just one, any journalist can look at it.
Maybe there's a reason why he didn't.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That guy's fucking smart, intelligent, genius, millionaire, whatever. But
I didn't mean to cut you off. Keep going.
No, exactly. I was just wondering why his business plans for Twitter are so simple. I mean, getting fucking $8 for a blue check mark is the idea that every maybe teenager can imagine. You can come up, okay, Twitter is running out of money. We need money. What we're gonna do? Let's sell the blue check marks. It's the very first option you have.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, why did he choose that simple way to try to...
You would think he'd do some next level shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was...
Maybe integrate with Crypt with Doge, or like do something like...
More...
Yeah, that's... I'm with you on that.
He can't do that because of SEC regulations. He knows that. That's not...
Well,
we already know that.
No, but I mean, like, it doesn't necessarily need to be that. But, like, I expect something a lot more innovative from him. Like... Twitter 2.0 to like take Twitter to the next level.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
and I don't know what
the thing is. Like, I don't know what the next level is.
That's what I'm
right,
saying.
right. But he's so smart. Like you would think. I don't know.
Come on, Elon. We want some next level.
Exactly. We're ready. Well, next move.
One of the things I heard, and I don't know if this is true. I'll look it up while we're discussing. But I heard that like he took. I think it was like the Twitter sign outside their offices or something, and he took one of the letters like off or something, so it said like tit or something, and it's like that, like I don't know, like,
dude, I love that.
No, it's funny, but it's like it's funny, and like it's kind of like, dog, like there's a the publicly traded company,
dude,
like
the fact that you could fly
some childish shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but the fact that you're a multi-billionaire and you feel comfortable flying that loose, it's kind of inspiring. It kind of makes us jealous.
I know. He's playing with millions.
Yeah.
He's playing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Matt, I hear you. You expect a little bit more, I don't want to use the word professionalism, but a little bit more like decor.
Yeah, he painted over the W on the Twitter sign, so it's a titter. Come on, dude. Like
he also changed the logo. You remember, like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Was a dog. He's playing with the company totally.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, don't get me wrong. Like the boring stuff and like like the SpaceX stuff. Like that stuff's super exciting. Like I wish you could buy stock in SpaceX. Like Tesla doesn't really interest me as much because like. They don't sell, like, first of all, I think there's like it's either, don't quote me on this, I could be wrong about this, but it's either like a lithium shortage or it's like the chips, the like microchips or whatever, I know those are in short supply, but I think like that company's never going to be super profitable until they figure that shit out, you know what I mean? Like whatever it is, the lithium for the batteries or the microchips, there's something holding it back from mega profits, from like mass production and getting it out there. Because the cars are awesome. Like the cars are sweet. Everyone who's ever had one says they're amazing. So I don't think that company is going to be super profitable. But imagine if SpaceX, he can land his rocket on an asteroid and set up a mining operation while it's moving and mine it for platinum and gold and all these precious metals. Like game changer. Game changer. Because that's all those things are made up of. Like you're balling like a hound after that. Like so.
I will say this. Can I say one thing?
Yeah, please.
Elon Musk for me is inspiring because he's a guy who literally he goes big or nothing else. And you know what happens when you go big? the consequences can be exactly more risk.
Yeah.
But you know what? All I'm saying is I want to take more risks in my life.
Yeah.
I've been in the Navy for 21 years. I'm getting ready to get out of the Navy. in 5 months. I want to take more risks.
Yeah.
That's just.
I do too.
I want to take more risks. I feel like I've been playing it too safe.
Yep.
I just want to.
Go for it.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Go for it.
Because these guys do it, and these guys are inspiring. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. I just think, honestly, this is just my opinion. I like him. I think he's smart. I just think that the whole Twitter thing was a mistake because he bought it to make it more transparent and more like freedom of speech. And this is what we were talking. Like I kind of cringed like earlier because apparently he's been censoring on behalf of the Modi government in India. So it's like because it's like the Modi government in India like is super. I don't want to say like. Repressive's not the right word. Like they kind of are, but it's more like I don't want to get too political. You know, this is a hang. I don't want to bring it too political, but like I just feel like if that's true, because a lot of people are saying that's all over the news that they've been censoring. Indian dissidents and it's more like right wings censoring left wing type stuff, and if that's true and he's doing that on their behalf, then I think you bought Twitter to make it more transparent. Make it more transparent. Make it more free. Make it more open. Make it for everyone, and not just because if a country's like China is like, hey, we want you to censor. These people because we don't want people to hear what they have to say, and this is if you want to operate in our country, then you have to do that. And he does it. Like to me, that you can't say the guy's into free speech. It's like I just feel like it's absolute. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So to be fair, like I'm not really on the ups when it comes to that conversation. I should probably do some more research, but no, I totally agree with you. I'm all about free speech. I actually believe, I might be an extremist, but I actually believe that people in general are smart enough to figure things out. They don't need a third party to tell them everything.
Yeah.
I think just put things out there, let people make their own decisions.
I agree completely. Yeah, see, this is a article from The Intercept last month.
I don't need a $1 billion company explaining how the world ticks. Like, I'm smart enough. I'm not that smart. We don't need to be that smart. It's common sense.
Not so common.
Exactly.
Like God gave us eyes and ears and
from
a
the
brain
peanut
for
gallery.
a reason. Like we can interpret. But you know what? Some people can't.
Yeah.
But the masses can't.
Right.
That's my belief.
I agree with you. And I agree. I'm a freedom of speech absolutist.
To me, third parties are nothing but beautiful, tasty, politically correct antigens in the bloodstream of society, and I'm not for it.
Yeah.
They don't exist in the wild.
Whoa.
And when you put an antigen in a jungle, it screws up the whole ecosystem. We don't need a third party to speak for us. Like people are smart enough. If you believe in evolution or do you believe in creationism of God, both of those two things spell the same result. Like we're evolved or we're created to understand. We don't need a third party antigen to explain things to us. Stop trying to control us.
Yeah, I'm a freedom of speech absolutist. I believe, every idea should be given a voice, the same voice as everyone else, no matter even if it's a crappy idea, because people will push back on that crap. You know what I mean? So I think everything should be allowed, that nothing should be censored, and let people, Yeah. So this article from The Intercept basically says they're widening their censorship of Modi's critics. And so, I mean, I'm not a big fan of that. He's also been criticized this week, I guess, by Steve Bannon, called Elon Musk a traitor because of, he's got that factory in China, and apparently he's been kind of silent on, issues regarding, the situation there. But, I mean, I think Bannon was caught on a yacht with some, Chinese billionaire or something. So, his hands aren't clean either. It's not like you can't really take, he has a point of view. But I still think that, Elon, if he really believes in free speech, he needs to be like, okay, well, if you want me to censor things or I can't operate in your country, then I won't operate in your country.
I mean, the problem is they don't have I don't know if the word is correct, clear, visible fair, like limit
Mm.
rule. They don't have a clear rule.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they should censor people or opinions that are illegal, for
Right,
example.
like dangerous.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can do that.
If it's against the law, it's against the law.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
if you're just talking about ideas, political, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you're free to do whatever you want. Whatever. Exactly.
Even if it's an unpopular. opinion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can. Okay, I will. For example. Exactly. You can
Indeed.
do whatever you want. Whatever.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
can't restrict it because you don't like it.
Right.
You can be picky. in that
So
sense.
basically, what we're saying is you need to invest right now in Elon. That's the ticker signal. Elon space alien coin. What is it?
No, it's Dogeline.
Dogeline Mars.
Dogeline Mars.
I love it.
There's a cryptocurrency called
Really?
Dogeline Mars.
So, not financial
Dogeline
advice.
Mars.
Do not listen to a word we're saying, but I'm definitely buying a little
Hey,
bit
I
of that.
bet you Dogeline Mars is going to do well.
Yeah.
But don't forget,
Yeah.
he's drunk. Okay.
no,
Nah,
we're
not
Not
yet.
yet, not yet, not
we're
yet.
not.
He's having his second beer.
We're joking.
Yeah.
But
The-
no.
But
But I'm intrigued by. So I forgot what the hell's his name. It was Danny Sestigali. I think he was the guy behind Wonderland. He was doing a talk at an Avalanche. That's another cryptocurrency at like their conference or whatever. And he said this is something that's always stuck with me. Whatever you think of him and Wonderland and all that stuff. Just to be transparent, I still have some money in Wonderland. That thing went down like a stone in a pond, but it's doing all right now. I mean, it's
But it burns.
yeah, it is what it is. But I mean, he's a smart guy. But he gave a talk at an Avalanche conference, and he said, if I don't understand it, I buy it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like
Wow.
he's like, and the guy obviously has a lot of money, but like it's like if I don't understand it, I buy it. And I was like,
It's interesting.
well, because I think like the way I interpret that is not like in a dumb way, like I'll just buy anything. Like it's basically if it's intricate to a point, or I guess if it doesn't make sense, you know what I mean? Like then like some of those things are the things that take off. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
yeah.
Here's the thing. In a bull market,
Yeah.
in an absolute bull market, which, by the way, with all of the doom and gloom that they're talking about, I mean, dude, this has been going on for like a year and 4 months since November 2021. It's just getting worse and worse. This is the season. This too shall pass.
Yeah.
This is the cycle. You know what? In a bull market, you could pick a coin that doesn't even make any damn sense. You could put it in there, and it's gonna fly
Yeah.
because it's like Raoul Powell said. He said you could give a monkey a box of crypto coins and tell him to pick 10 out, and he's gonna do extremely well. That's what happens. That's what
It's
happens
true.
in a bull
It's true.
market.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at.
Dogeline Mars. Mars. So that brings me to the next thing I wanted to talk about, and then obviously I want to hear your story, bud.
Yeah.
But the last thing, so we've talked about on the last podcast was Gala, and I went on a tirade about the Gala music node, but I didn't explain it, and I just want to explain it real quick. Like basically, we're all super bullish on Gala. Gala's awesome. Their games are fantastic. They're in music now and film, and they're doing huge things. The token, it was like 3 cents. I think it's gone down a little bit. I think in the next bull run. I think Gala's going to be a huge winner. They put out a video last week about Mirandus, and it looked like phenomenal. I mean, it looked fantastic. I can't wait to. That's a game I might actually play. And I'm not a gamer. I own no gaming consoles. I'm not into gaming.
Yeah, we're adults. We have a hard time.
Yeah, but
We don't have
Mirandus,
time for that.
that shit is fire. So Mirandus is a game. It's like almost like kind of Dungeons and Dragons-y. It's like swords. It's almost like The Hobbit, like Lord of the Rings type stuff. But it's super realistic. You can go anywhere. You could, and it's play to earn. So I think at least this is how I understand it. I could be wrong, but you could even start a tavern in this metaverse and sell drinks or whatever, and gamers will come in. You sell drinks to them, and like basically they pay you in like Gala coin, and you make money. You can actually earn money by just playing this game. Like it sounds fantastic. It looks fantastic. All their slate of games is amazing. But the music node. So I bought one, and I bought a brand new Mac computer to run this music node, and so I was telling Frank this week. So I set up the music node, and you have like they put out a new version. You had to run this. It's like called Docker Desktop. So you run that, then you run the node on top of it, and they work together.
Okay.
And I turn the thing on, and like I'll sit there and watch it, and it stays on. As soon as I leave the room, the thing shuts off, and I'll get like an email like your node shut off.
It's terrible.
So I went on Discord and I asked the dude, one of the Gala team, and I said, hey, this thing keeps shutting off. I have a new Mac. I set it so that like it wouldn't like kind of go dark when I'm not using it, so that it would continuously run all day if need be. Like I don't care. I want this thing to run, and it still shuts off. And he said, you should. It's like like you rent space on someone else's server, and it costs like there was a few options like $25 a month, and I was like, dude, I paid $1,000 for this node. Like, I'm not paying $25 a month. You didn't tell me that when I bought it. So I have a real beef with Gala. I have beef with you, Gala. But I'm super bullish on the project. I'm a huge holder of their coins. I love Gala. And this is just one thing I wanted to bring up. And I was talking to Frank about this week. So they are launching sci-fi. I believe it's a TV show. But they signed Danny Trejo, who's from everything. I mean, like
he's been on a
lot of movies, a lot of TV shows. He's the dude. He was in Breaking Bad. I think they cut his. He was Tortuga. They cut his head off and put it on a turtle. Like he's been in everything. He's like a fantastic actor.
Yeah.
So they signed him. They signed up Emilio Rivera. He's the dude from Sons of Anarchy. He was in Training Day. He's fantastic. And they signed up Mina Suvari, who was in American Pie, and she was in all those movies. And then like American Beauty, which won the Academy Award for Best Picture. And I think she's Oscar nominated for her performance in that movie. But she's fantastic. So like they got these, like I'll read you this right here. It says it's a dystopian sci-fi series from Gala Films. It basically is a gritty drama set in a dystopian version of Los Angeles in which underworld crime and novel technologies, including crypto and AI, are deeply intertwined. Like, that sounds... You got great actors. That I'm intrigued by that. Like, if that's actually a good show, like, dude...
And it's the first one for Gala.
But it's like Web3...
Blockchain.
I think they'll integrate it with NFTs probably somehow. I think they already are. It's
history. They're making history.
Yeah, it is history. I mean, and that's probably how they got them to do it. You know, of course you got to pay them, but like, they don't come cheap. But you know, it's history that this is the first thing like that, and I'm super excited about it. I think it's fantastic.
And
history
you're talking about getting
always in the making.
Indeed.
History is always in the making, and you're talking about getting in.
You're my boy, Blue.
You know, if you want to buy into something like that, the Gala token is 0.03
right now.
It's 3 cents. The
Yeah.
Gala token is
like
3
I said,
cents.
I own a lot of it. I think gaming is going to be huge. Like I think with crypto, at least because it's in its infancy, I think it's all about narratives, and I think like every bull run has certain narratives, whether it's DeFi or gaming or whatever. And I think the next bull run is going to be extremely huge for gaming. You're going to see better games rolling out. You're going to see, I think we'll have regulations in the States, and you'll see big money coming into it. I think you'll see all the gaming companies, once play to earn rolls out, why would you play Xbox? Or like, unless they get involved in it too. So I think like everyone's going to get into this, and I think that's the way it's going to go. So I think gaming is going to be the big thing in the next bull run. So I'm super bullish on it. Their music node, I think they could have rolled it out better. I understand there's hiccups. I hope they fix it and make it better. But I just thought that TV show, it sounds super cool. I want to watch it. I mean, I don't know like how to do that. It kind of just was announced, but like it just sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Gaming, yes. Everybody will pay for more points.
Indeed.
Yeah, they do.
That's it.
Yeah.
So,
I thought you didn't want to be on the podcast.
Keshi,
You're on the podcast, man.
He is.
You're guest starring Wayne-san.
You know, the voice of God.
Yeah, the voice of
Wayne,
God.
Yeah. You can hear it. You can see
Yeah.
it. You can see it.
Well, is there anything you guys want to either say about that or any projects you want to talk about?
I want to talk about. I want to learn more about Keshi.
Yeah, we're gonna
What do
get
you
to
mean?
that.
Something more.
Well, no, so
He
we
just
talked
has a
about
really-
this
you have a
before you
really
got
cool
here.
Background.
Yeah.
You know.
So tell
Yeah.
us about your family and let's go to that. Well, tell us about your family and why they went to Venezuela and when they went to Venezuela and how that went.
Well, actually, my dad went to Venezuela before I was born.
But he grew up in Japan.
Yeah,
And
and he was in a big, huge company in Okinawa, which is NTT.
Is it?
It's a very famous.
Yeah. NTC.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Let me say.
that's a big company. Yeah.
NTT is a
it's-
cellular company.
Yeah, exactly. And at that time, I mean, 50, I don't know how many years ago, we didn't have cell phones. So if you stay working in NTT, you should be rich. I mean, you get enough money.
Yeah.
It's like working AT&T maybe.
Yeah.
At the
Yeah.
beginning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but it was maybe after the war,
Mhm.
so, times were not good.
Mhm.
And the same phrase used, my uncle, well, my dad's uncle, so my grandmother's brother,
Mhm.
he wanted to challenge something new.
I like
And-
that. Gangster.
Exactly. And the boom at that period, was going to Latin America. We have many Okinawans, Japanese, after
Lot
the
of
war.
Japanese.
So this
Yeah.
was in 1950s.
Exactly, 50s, 60s.
That's when he went there?
Exactly.
Okay.
So at that time, in the 50s, 60s, everybody went to Brazil,
Let
States,
me just, because I was
Argentina.
talking to my wife about this.
Yeah.
Why? So obviously it was after World War II.
Yeah.
Was it to escape the destruction that had occurred in Japan? Because like you had the firebombing, you
Yeah,
had the Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Or was it
No,
because
no.
Or was it because there were friendly governments over there? Because back then you had like I think it was like wasn't it Franco in Argentina?
Yeah, exactly.
And he was allied with Japan during the
No,
war.
it's not more about government. It's simple. I mean,
Was it just
it was after the war. We didn't have enough food,
Right.
enough money.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
Was it agricultural?
exactly.
There you go.
Most
So
of the
like that.
people was agriculture.
okay?
So you don't get
They didn't have enough
land,
food, they didn't have enough
food.
money.
So what are you gonna do?
You're gonna go
Go out.
someplace where it's cheap.
I heard that some places, like I think it was Puerto Rico somewhere, they told lies. I mean, they were lied. The people, Okinawans were lied. You go to Costa Rica, you will get a pretty nice land where you can practice agriculture make enough money or food, whatever. But they go to Puerto Rico. I'm sorry about Puerto Rico because I'm not sure if it was Puerto Rico, but
Yeah.
they went there. What they found is, horrible land. I mean, unfertile, where you can't make it. But that was the boom. Going somewhere in Latin America and try to do a new life. But my grand uncle, he didn't want to go to a famous place like Brazil, Peru, Argentina, because he said, I go to Peru, I go to Brazil, I go to Argentina, and I am doing something normal.
I like that.
Exactly.
I like that. He
So-
took risks.
Exactly.
Talking about
Exactly. He
risks.
took that
I
risk.
love it.
And he did
Paraguay.
what nobody does.
Now you got me thinking.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You
Yeah,
guys
keep
are
going.
so nice.
So
exactly.
okay, so
So
he went-
your uncle goes there first,
To Venezuela. Exactly.
and then when did your dad go over?
like maybe 5 or 10 years later. So
Okay.
maybe we're in the 70s.
70s.
Yeah. And my uncle made a big fortune.
He made a fortune.
Yeah.
You know what? He left Okinawa. He said, you know what, I'm going to roll the dice. He went to Venezuela, which, by the way, there was a time when Venezuela was the envy of South America.
Exactly.
They had the #1 economy.
Yeah.
Everyone knew it.
Oil,
it's
everything.
proof.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can see it. But things take a turn.
Well, hold on. Let's slow down a minute. So he goes over there, and he got into, he opened a store?
Exactly,
Or-
store.
And what type of store? What was he?
Well, it's like maybe
Clothing, or was
no, it's you have many things.
Yeah.
It's like a supermarket with not food. You can find maybe
Maybe like a
cosmetics, shampoo, exactly.
Department store?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Swap meet.
Exactly. And you can get maybe toys.
Swap meet?
He didn't know. He had a store. He
You're
didn't have a
totally
store.
from LA, dude. Sloss and swap meet.
Exactly. He has a store.
Wayne, please make an appearance. over here
Respect,
soon.
Wayne. Respect.
And he made it big.
He's the voice of God. So he started a store. What was it called?
Forgot.
I mean, to put you on the spot. It was a while.
Kohabe.
Akohabe?
Kohabe. It's COJAVE.
What does it mean?
Ko is corporation.
Yeah.
Ha, JA is Japan.
Yeah.
And VE is Venezuela.
Nice.
So corporation
Kohave,
Japan.
I
Venezuela,
like
Kohave.
that.
Corporation Japan.
I
Venezuela.
Exactly.
Kohave.
Oh, it's
I like
nice,
that.
It's nice.
That's a nice ring.
Kohave.
Exactly.
Kohave.
Yeah.
All right. So he starts this store. Things are going well.
Exactly. He opened his second store.
Yep.
He needs somebody to help that he can trust, and that's my dad.
Okay.
So he calls my dad in Japan, of course. He was earning enough, but as you say, Venezuela was the winner of South America at
Yeah.
that time.
And he knew it.
Exactly. So my dad decided to quit and just go Venezuela
Wow.
to try something new.
And what year was this?
That around 70s.
Around
Exactly.
the 70s.
And my dad first started to work for my uncle.
Did your mom go over with him then? too?
No.
She
later,
stayed here?
Exactly.
Okay.
And then my dad, how you say, he opened his own store.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in the 70s. And the name was IKO. So where does IKO comes? My uncle is Ishikawa
Mm-hmm.
and my dad is Koji.
Nice.
So you mix both.
Dude,
Capitals?
we should have had his dad and his uncle name our podcast.
Yeah.
They're great at making brand names.
Exactly.
You know
I
what I mean?
like it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It
fantastic.
was nice.
Yeah.
Was nice.
So you are born what year? 81?
86.
86?
86.
So I'm
in
older than you.
Venezuela.
I'm
In
an
Venezuela.
old man.
My
Yeah.
My sister, I don't know really. I don't really know that details about my sister was born in Japan. So I don't know
So
what
he came
happened.
home, went
Exactly,
back, it's back and
something,
forth. Yeah.
Exactly. And well, I was born in Venezuela, raised in Venezuela, grew up in Venezuela until 17, 18.
Wow.
Things were amazing in Venezuela. Amazing.
Amazing.
Tell me about your childhood, like
Well,
growing
hang on,
up there. What was it
part,
like?
What part of Venezuela?
Yeah,
It's in
yeah,
the
yeah.
south.
Mhm.
It's called Ciudad Guayana. It's the biggest
Suda Boyana?
Guayana.
Guyana.
Yeah.
Okay. Suda Guyana.
It's the biggest city in the south, maybe 10 kilometers from the capital, Caracas.
Okay.
But
Wow.
have you ever seen the big fall we have, Angel Falls? No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the biggest fall in the, highest fall in the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the closest city
Uh-huh.
to that fall is my hometown, Ciudad Guayana.
Okay.
And that region, it's fucking wealthy because we have many kinds of mineral. You can get bauxite,
Yeah. Freaking South
gold.
America.
Exactly.
What's the commodity?
Gold.
Minerals.
Gold, yeah, minerals.
That's it. All right.
Exactly. So, now the problem is, well, let's go later. But
I want to hear about your childhood.
Yeah,
Go slowly.
exactly,
I want to hear about
exactly,
your
yeah.
childhood because
So-
we were talking about this. Like, I know nothing about
Yeah.
this country, and I'm fascinated. So like that's why
Nice,
we wanted to
it's
ask you
nice.
about it. So your childhood, you're growing up. What was it like? What did you did you play soccer? What was your childhood like? Was it safe? Like what are you
safe,
seeing
was
around
safe.
yourself at that time?
I mean, I grew up there, so for me, it's everything. It's normal. That's
That's your only frame of
Exactly,
reference. is
exactly,
this-
at the time.
It's this big town in the south of Venezuela.
exactly
That's your only frame of reference. So everything's normal, but was it safe? Was
safe.
it good?
Safe. I remember I went walking.
How modern was it?
Yeah, we have everything.
It
Really,
has
really.
been modern day.
I mean,
But I mean, like, is it a city? Is it countryside?
no,
like,
it's a city. It's a
okay,
city.
okay.
I mean, no, our city
Hmm.
actually. Well, Ciudad Guayana is divided into parts.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say the ghetto and the modern part.
Mhm.
The modern part, which is
Mm.
called Puerto Ordaz, was designed, I think, was MIT or Harvard.
Wow.
So it's a design town.
I didn't know that.
Exactly, it's well designed, so it's pretty. The roads are
Like
easy to understand.
Like urban?
Exactly, exactly.
Mm.
You have the.
Metropolitan.
It's not mixed. I mean, you have the airport in a safe place. You have the shopping centers in a nice place. The
Wayne's on.
exact
Hook
rich
your boy
people
up.
live in this area.
Hook
The
your
areas
boy
are
up.
well
Thank you,
divided.
brother.
Mhm.
And I was living in a normal,
You're the man.
living area. I have a big park in front of my house. So my childhood was going to that park every day,
Playing football?
Playing football,
Nice.
whatever, basket.
What was your team when you were growing up?
Los Olivos. Los Olivos was my first team.
Los Olivos.
What does Los Olivos mean?
Olive.
Olive? The olives?
Olive oil.
Wow, that's so funny.
Exactly.
So, obviously, I'm wearing
Exactly.
the Diego...
Did you grow olives?
No way, never.
I'm wearing the Diego Maradona hat today. Obviously, he's my hero, my football hero. You all know this. I love Diego. He, I believe it was the El Cebolitas or something. It was like the little onions. That was the name of his.
Yeah.
So the olives and the onions.
Exactly. What is nice is our city was designed in okay, again, Harvard, MIT, whatever.
Mm.
So it was divided again in many parts. It was a world map in the city.
Was it?
So I mean,
Everything was partitioned.
exactly. No, but I mean, you have the areas names where Asia, Europe, Africa.
Oh, cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So where you live, you say Villa Asia. Means okay, that side.
Okay,
That's-
wow.
And inside Asia, you have Road Japan, Road Korea.
Oh, cool.
It's nice.
It's almost like Washington, D.C.
I wonder if it's still
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, it's nice. It's
Well,
nice,
Washington,
really.
D.C. is like, I think it's like Massachusetts Avenue, like...
No, but this is really cool, though.
yeah, no, it is cool.
So that's where you grew up.
Exactly. So I grew up in the Europe area,
Mm.
in the Spain area. So my street name was Granada.
Wow.
We have a football team in Spain called Granada. It's an area in Spain. So that's why my team is Olivos. Because olive oil is famous
Yeah, yeah.
in Spain.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
why.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
So
Got
my
it.
football team was
Very
Los
cool.
Olivos. Was nice. And I just, my everyday was playing football in the streets.
Thanks,
I
brother.
went to school
Appreciate
by
you.
walk, was safe.
Yeah.
I mean, now, or not now, but since then,
Well, hold on. Let's...
Yeah.
So, when did you come back to Japan?
17.
And
so
When he
maybe
was 17 years
2000,
old.
2003.
Okay.
and why did you
Oh,
come back?
yeah, I'll
Okay,
get to that.
That's
self-explanatory.
a long story.
No,
But
hold
it's
on,
not
hold
long,
on,
it's
hold
not
on.
long.
So,
Everybody's got a long story.
Yeah.
all right. So, you're there. It's 2003. How old are you? You're like 17?
17, 18,
Okay.
I
And-
graduated high school.
And so, you had already told me kind of what happened, but
Yeah.
let's break it down. So, what happened in 2003 that made you guys come back?
Okay.
When
it's
did
simple.
when did Chavez come into power?
When I was in junior high school.
So it was before
maybe,
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe 98.
So he came in
Something like
98. You leave 5 years later.
Yeah.
What were those 5 years like? What happened
Exactly. That's when the drastic change comes.
and why?
Okay. First, Chavez started to.
Push socialism.
Because I just want to
Right.
say, like, I don't. This is why I'm fascinated by where you grew up, because
It's
you
great.
hear all, like, so I look up to, like, people like, and I might be butchering this. I don't know if he's the one who said it. It might have been Sean Penn. But I think Oliver Stone did some sort of thing on Chavez. And so it doesn't matter who it is, but, like, basically what I heard was that he nationalized the oil,
Exactly.
and that
Everything.
things got better for a while before. And this is the narrative that maybe he wanted people to think or to hear, and that's why I want to ask you, because I don't really know what happened.
Yeah.
But essentially, what I've heard is that he tried to or he did nationalize the oil. I think it's Citgo.
Yeah.
And then things got better, but then like Cuba, there was some sort of like international effort to basically snuff him out because he was a socialist, and they basically kind of killed the Venezuelan economy. And it wasn't really his fault. It was the fact that it was this concerted effort to destroy him and his government. Where do you fall on that? Because, like I said, I don't know anything about it.
Okay, after Chavez,
Yeah.
things never went better.
Really?
Never,
Okay.
Never.
How so? Like,
Exactly.
like trains stopped working? Like
Exactly.
stuff
No,
just
but not that
broke?
quick.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Okay.
He nationalized all the companies,
Yeah.
profitable
So
companies.
you would think that the country would have more money,
Exactly.
but what?
Every country
Yeah.
We need to put a
that
camera
runs
on him.
oil.
You're not on a microphone, Wayne. No one can hear you.
Come.
Just
Come.
Come.
God is
Come, sit over here.
Okay.
Any country with oil is going to.
Have oil.
That's it.
So, what happened is,
Yeah.
I mean, okay, all the politicians in Venezuela are horrible.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
They corrupt, okay, whatever. But Chavez started to take that money and give it to the poor.
Okay.
Okay, that's nice.
Seems like a great
Exactly.
idea.
No, but
Yeah.
on paper that sounds good.
Seems like a
But
great
what's the reality? What's
What's the
like?
reality?
Okay,
of that.
he
Yeah.
started to give houses,
Yeah.
food,
Okay.
whatever, to the poor. But why?
So
That's the
far,
point.
so
Why?
far, I'm with you. Yeah.
Because he can get votes
Right.
from the
Was
poor.
he,
Right.
sorry.
Yeah.
Was he an Escobar?
No.
No.
He's
Okay.
more like
But hold on,
Castro.
hold on, hold
He's
on,
more
hold on,
Fidel
hold on,
Castro.
hold on. So let's break it
Okay,
down.
that part
So-
is nice. It's
yeah,
nice. It's
yeah, that
nice.
sounds good.
Yeah.
That sounds like a
But,
positive thing.
I mean, I remember, I love football.
Yeah,
Honda Keisuke Honda, a Japanese professional
yeah,
football player,
Yeah.
he said, the worst thing you can do for poor people is giving something for free.
Who
Okay.
said that? Who said that?
Keisuke Honda.
Didn't he
Who's
play
that?
for AC
It's
Milan?
yeah, he played for AC Milan.
Yeah.
He's a famous.
Famous
Soccer player
Yeah,
here.
probably the
Soccer
most
player.
probably the Japan. Probably
Japan,
the most
Japan.
famous
Yeah.
You know what?
Japanese
They
footballer.
said the same thing in the United States.
Really? Exactly.
The
It's-
exact same thing, different language. Same
Worst thing
thing.
you can do. Exactly.
Yeah.
So what people do, they stop working
Okay.
because they can get food for free, house for free. Okay, nice. That's
Okay,
nice. That's
okay.
nice. Okay, that's communism.
Okay.
That's nice.
So what happened?
But Chavez, of course, he's still corrupt.
Mhm.
So he's still
Yeah.
stealing money from the companies.
Mhm.
So how did he get the money for the poor? Exactly. You have to. He stopped maintaining the companies.
Ah.
Exactly. So
okay.
the first maybe 5 years were nice because you don't have to maintain the equipment, whatever the company.
I've heard that Russia's similar with like their pipelines and stuff, whereas like basically without Western people to maintain them, like because now that they've started the war with Ukraine, all the Western companies that were maintaining their pipelines
Yeah.
and stuff have left, so they're not doing the maintenance, and it takes decades to fix the
Once
infrastructure.
you break that
Right.
continuity.
So that makes sense. I mean, that's not
Exactly.
obviously not a good thing.
So the first 5 years were nice, but later,
Things started breaking.
exact things start breaking. And
Mhm.
so Chavez don't have more money to,
Right.
give to the poor. What they do? They stopped working 5 years ago
Yeah.
when they got free food, free houses, whatever.
Yeah.
What can you do 5 years later? You can start working after 5 years.
Yeah.
What do you do? Kill, steal.
Right. Crime goes
exactly.
up. Okay.
So that's what happened.
Okay. So now let's relate this situation to
To
your
Corona.
let's relate this situation
Yeah.
to your dad's store. So what happened that made you guys come
Exactly.
home?
Give me a little bit more time.
Yeah, please.
Exactly. So that was around when I was in maybe high school.
Hmm.
The big boom in Venezuela was kidnapping.
I heard about
Wow.
that. Yeah, I
Exactly.
did. I heard about that.
The
It's a
boom.
boom.
It was a boom.
It's a boom, kidnapping.
You mean
Well,
an
welcome-
economy boom?
It's like the
Wow.
friggin' scariest
I'm
boom
from LA.
ever.
Welcome to Mexico.
Ah, exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
for real, for
the
real.
big
Exactly.
boom. You mean like it was profitable boom?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's how
So-
people are making
Easy
dough.
money.
It was easy.
Kidnapping
You kidnap
Yeah.
kidnap adults or kids, whatever.
And
Wow.
then hold them for hostage. They pay.
Exactly, they
That's
pay,
crazy.
and maybe you go back to your home, maybe.
F all that.
Maybe.
Exactly. But that we have a very, very famous movie in Venezuela. It's about kidnapping.
Wow.
Exactly, that was a boom.
Jesus.
Exactly. So my friends, my school was a private school.
Oh God.
So a private school is
You all have targets on your back.
exactly.
Jesus.
We will all targets.
Sorry, Catholic?
Yeah.
Yes. So
Exactly.
it's a private
Private
gated
Catholic school. Exactly.
and that's why you were targeted.
Exactly. So, well, not me, but the rich, really, we have rich kids
Yeah.
at school.
Yeah.
So these guys came to school with bodyguards.
Wow.
So you're in your classroom taking your classes normally. You look out of the classroom, you see like the 10 bodyguards waiting
Yeah.
here. It's crazy. It's crazy. That was a boom.
You know, honestly,
It's a
like
guarded community.
honestly, you know, like I just want to get to like I just want to say something.
Yeah.
Like just hearing this whole story just makes me angry
Exactly.
because it, you know, I'm no fan of.
Think how he
communism.
feels.
I'm no fan of communism.
Me
but
neither,
what I'm
me
saying
neither.
is it's like
Well, this is so. I mean, I would think it was socialism.
It was a
I'm
So
sorry,
well,
socialism,
it's
but
socialism, yeah.
it was
Alright, but
a
here's
it was
the
a
thing.
failed attempt.
But here's
Exactly. Exactly. It
No,
was a
no. It was a successful attempt. That's what socialism does.
It's
It
a
was
nice
a
idea.
successful attempt.
And taking power, yeah,
No,
and
it
fucking
sounded-
everything, and
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
everything
no,
up.
like he
Yeah,
said,
he
listen,
successfully
he said it
ruined
sounded
everything.
good.
Yeah,
It sounded good. It
everybody wants free
It
stuff.
sounded good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they implemented. You had 5
Right.
good years.
Yeah,
And you know what? We have nothing but history. Thank God to look back and be like, "Yep, that don't work. That don't work. That don't work."
Exactly.
Look, you know the only
Yeah.
thing.
I mean,
that you
I'm
learn
not-
from
I'm
history-
But man,
I'm not advocating socialism, but I think like you
No.
look in America. Some of our most successful programs are socialist programs. I think a blended approach.
I think a
Exactly.
blended approach.
You have to
Exactly.
have democracy. You have to have some
We-
form fair capitalism
country
mixed
needs-
with some
Exactly,
sort of
exactly.
social
But
safety
that's,
net.
That's
I'm
what
gonna-
China
I'm
is very
Democratic
nice.
socialism.
I'm
That's,
gonna
that's what I like.
I'm gonna
but-
cut him right now. Every country needs a third party.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, three-legged stool. I
Right
like
on.
that, yeah.
Hold on. So now
So-
I want to hear what happened because you
Exactly.
told me
So
this before.
things started to go
yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
or I started to feel that danger.
Yeah.
So you go to maybe the older you get, the later you go out.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
So I go to clubs, whatever, or parties.
yeah.
So after that party, you start to feel that danger.
You can sense ill intent.
Exactly.
Like it's in our
Fight
in
or
our
flight.
vibe,
Exactly,
our vibe.
exactly,
Like you
exactly.
could look around, like danger has a vibe.
Exactly. Exactly.
When I
You know
went
what
to
mean?
Brazil-
peace and safety
You
has
have
a
that
vibe.
radar.
When
You
I
get
went
that
to
radar.
Brazil-
radar.
Exactly.
When I went to Brazil, I felt it from the moment I got there to the moment I
Mhm.
left. That's-
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah,
sure that's
and
probably
that's what
what
poverty
it,
does.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Poverty has a feeling to
Mhm.
it. Yeah. So
So what happened?
I mean, we were thinking, considering
Mhm.
leaving Venezuela. My father was
Mhm.
actually. I wasn't. I wasn't at all.
yeah.
I was. I mean,
That's
when-
home for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Why does everyone try to escape their own country?
no, they
You can't. You just simply can't live.
because we're
You
explorers.
can't. But you just, if you're impoverished, you need to get the fuck out.
Exactly. But we weren't that
we're
poor.
not.
We were not.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
But
so what happened?
but-
yeah.
Sorry.
some guys broke into our store
Yeah.
and they stole many things.
Yeah.
Of course.
But that was nice for us.
Yeah.
Why? Because the insurance paid
Yes.
us a lot of money. I
Right.
mean, in tons.
Yeah.
So we get that.
So
we
you
got
broke
that.
You broke into your own place.
Exactly. It's like
No, I'm just kidding. Dude.
no, but no, exactly. But we
Simmer
shut the
down
store.
back there.
It's simple. I mean,
You can't use
just
the
imagine.
camera on them.
What's
It-
that?
It's perfect.
It's on camera?
Yeah.
You're on the podcast now? Yeah, you didn't want to be on it.
My
No, you can say.
I remember it was September, and I was in university.
Yeah.
I didn't study at all, but I got into a national university,
Mm.
nice university. And I started my school in September, August, whatever. Then my father comes to vacation. don't you wanna go to Japan? I was thinking that was a short trip travel because my sister stayed in Venezuela. So I was thinking, oh, okay, we will go to Japan, enjoy a few months, and go back to Venezuela, whatever.
Familia.
Exactly.
Is she still there?
No, she came after graduating university, so maybe 3 years later. or
Okay.
whatever. So my father tells me, yeah, okay, so don't you want to go to Venezuela? Okay, I will. He never said the word forever. Never. Don't you want to go to Japan? Okay, I pack whatever. I left all my,
It's like
belongings.
It's like every Brazilian.
Exactly. And my father took me to Japan. I was flying like, yeah, I'm going to...
17.
Yeah. So I have never said goodbye to my friends.
Whoa.
Exactly. But my father
You're that
knew.
guy.
Exactly. But that...
I had a friend like
reasonable,
that.
it's reasonable,
I had a
it's
friend from
reasonable.
Ireland growing
Yeah.
up, and he was like my best boy. We played basketball. We used to trade basketball
Yeah.
cards. One day I went to his house. They had
Exactly,
gone,
smoke.
and I was like, oh
Boom.
shit.
Okay, so
Yeah.
And I came to Japan, started a new life. Was interesting.
What year did you get here? 2003.
Yeah, 3 after war.
okay, so you got here in 2003.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got here, and when did you learn that you were not going back?
Maybe month later. Really.
How did you feel about that? What was your reaction?
Actually, I wasn't that angry at that time because I understood the
Yeah.
situation in Venezuela. I know that was dangerous. And for me, it was something natural to come to a new country and, start a new life. Of course, sometimes I was like stressed out, shouting to my dad.
Yeah.
You fucking fall, you destroy my life, whatever.
Oh, when you're a teenager.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Angsty,
You
I
think
love
that
it.
you're the
As with any
Exactly.
teenager.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
exactly.
I hate your dad. Fuck you.
Exactly. You think that you're the
I'm gonna go in my room and
character
listen to
of,
Green Day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. So you actually, it's a funny. So as a 17-year-old,
Yeah.
you're Venezuelan. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't say you're.
I'm
But
Venezuelan,
up
yeah.
until that time, you were full Venezuelan.
Yeah.
I mean,
of
like
course, yeah.
you're born there. You have the language.
Yeah.
You have the culture.
Powering
so
off.
Powering off.
So
Yeah.
there's no. The only thing on is that left. Let me pause that. I got another battery.
Oh, okay.
I just want to ask another question. But
Yeah, me too. We're almost done. But I have a couple
Yeah.
more questions too.
Well, but
I-
that's
I-
really simple.
I
Yeah.
actually have 1,000
Thief.
questions for you.
Okay.
You gotta come
You
on
know
the
what? Yeah,
podcast
you
if you
guys
wanna.
can hear.
You can't just yell them from the side because no one can hear you.
Alright.
Like we can hear you, but the cameras won't. I mean, like they might hear a little
Exactly.
bit, but like, and if they don't hear you and then catch
Should I
you,
speak louder?
no, just either come on the podcast
Yeah.
or don't.
all right, I want to ask.
Yeah.
You a question.
So did that shut off already?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't bring another battery.
That's
so-
okay.
Okay, I will see you here.
Yeah.
Oh, it was nice.
Okay, so I want to ask. So
Hold on, wait till you sit down.
all right, we're back.
All right, we're
we had
back.
to change- We had to change the battery here.
You
Believe
know
it or
what's
not, I'm actually in the
awesome?
frame. All right, so check this out.
Life.
Pipe down there, Squirrel Master.
So here's the thing. So you had here's the thing. When I was 17,
Yeah.
believe it or not, I think most 17-year-olds and the early 20-year-olds, they have their whole life mapped out. They're like,
Mhm.
this is
Yeah.
what I'm going to do. So like, what was it like? Because you had to have had a vision for what you wanted your life
Yeah.
to be
Bended.
like
Yeah.
when you were 17, and then all
I
of a sudden
see,
you find
okay.
yourself in another country, in your home country, Japan.
Well, lucky.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, he never lived here.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Well, native country.
Mm.
Can I
Lucky.
say
I don't even know if I
something?
can say that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
No, yes, I'm
No,
gonna-
Yeah, you gotta say it here.
Yeah, you gotta say it here.
Alright, I will say something right now.
That one's off. Battery's
20 years.
Go behind the
As-
bar. Go behind the bar. This camera's on you.
I've been in Okinawa for 20 years as of yesterday.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
my man.
congratulations.
Yeah.
And
Wayne's son. Happy 420, dude.
happy.
Holler
that's
at your
it.
boy.
Boat.
That
So,
was
well,
it?
That was it?
That's all.
I thought you were gonna
No
say
pressure.
something like
Exactly.
profound, and then you just like
gonna drop
I'm
some
on
knowledge.
camera. I don't like the camera.
you can't
Yeah.
talk if you're not gonna be on camera.
Alright.
Ah, thanks, man.
I'm half Okinawan. I grew up in LA. like this dude,
Yeah.
he moved from Venezuela.
Yeah.
I moved from LA to Okinawa because my mother's Okinawan
Nice.
and I'm the eldest, so I have to.
Why are you covering up your head? Let us see you. Show me the scalp.
Is that a wig?
Is that a wig?
Is that a wig? Is that fake?
I'm joking. Stop being so insecure.
So,
Yeah. So
what
let's
was the-
Anyways,
Yeah.
same story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Well-
that's why I'm in Okinawa.
How did you feel when you got back here and like you were trying to assimilate? Was it hard? Was
But
it
not that hard, really.
you
Not
spoke Japanese?
that. Yeah, exactly. I spoke Japanese. I could write Japanese,
Yeah.
but enough.
Right.
I could speak or whatever, read Japanese. But for your question, luckily I was stupid enough to not think too much about my life.
Mm,
I think 17 was a nice age.
good.
Exactly, I
I
was
thought too much about my life.
exactly.
That fucking
I was
screwed me.
enrolling in university, studying engineering. I was thinking to be an electrical engineer
Wow.
in
in Venezuela.
Venezuela.
I quit the university in 3 weeks.
Mm.
In 3
Why?
weeks. Because I came to Japan.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, of course.
So, I was thinking to be an engineer. I love touching or whatever computers. You know, that
Yeah.
fast typing.
Yeah,
whatever.
you are.
I love computers. I used to love computers.
Mm.
But I came to
You still
Japan.
love
Exactly. I came to Japan and everything changed. Was reset. I don't know. I have to start a new life. And again, luckily, the Japanese government or system didn't allow me to enroll to a university.
What?
Why? Because
Why?
we have 6-year elementary school in Venezuela,
Mhm.
3 years junior high school,
Yeah.
and 2 years in high school.
Wow.
Exactly.
I'm
But we have
sorry.
5 years in university.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How long did it take for you to get nationalized?
No, my father and mother are Japanese, so I got my Japanese
yeah.
nationality.
Yeah, he already had
Exactly.
it.
I have.
That's how it
Yeah,
works.
was-
No issue.
Nothing, never,
Okay,
never. It was
got it.
easy.
Thank you.
So, I went to Okinawa, tried to enroll to university, and they told me, no, you need 1 more year at the high school.
Oh shoot! So you had to go back to high school.
Exactly, it
Oh,
was horrible.
shit. Wow.
Yeah, because you felt like
And the most
So you're like 21 Jump Street. Like
Exactly.
you're like,
no. How'd you feel?
yeah,
How'd you feel?
and the worst part of it was, I'm aware that I'm not smart.
Dude, you're smart.
No,
Come
I'm
No,
stupid.
I'm not
whatever.
smart either.
But
Yeah.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
but okay, I was in a decent school in Venezuela.
yeah.
Maybe the best school of the moment in my city.
Hmm.
But I was the worst of them, okay? But whatever.
Yeah, I
So
mean-
I came. So I spent 2 years in high school.
Yeah.
I entered to university.
Really?
Exactly. I entered to University of Venezuela. I
You
came
did.
to Japan. The
Mm.
government tells me you need 1 more year.
Wait. Did you say you did 2 years?
In 2 years in high school in Venezuela.
I did.
Yeah. And then you did one more here.
I did
Yeah.
1 week in high school. Congratulations. You beat me.
So I was in university. So I feel that I'm a university student. I came to Japan and they tell me you need 1 more year in high school.
Wow.
Okay, that's
rough.
acceptable.
Okay. That's rough though.
But
Mm-hmm.
that 1 more year was it as a first grader of high school. So that's ridiculous. That system is ridiculous.
Wow.
Wow, that
That's
sucks.
like Billy Madison.
That's a-
Exactly.
That's a nightmare.
Dude, your life is a
Exactly.
movie, dude. Wow.
So I went to school.
That's a
All the classes, for example, math
Yeah.
was the worst subject for me.
Holy shit.
It's
Yeah.
like, I mean, you know how to divide, but they teaching you how to, I don't know, multiply or,
Yeah.
I mean, it was ridiculous. So I went to high school.
Fuck algebra.
Exactly, algebra. I was learning algebra and gave back to mathematics.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Well, I mean,
it's off.
I spent 2 years in high school playing around,
Mm-hmm.
partying, just partying, drinking, whatever with my friends. you know, you lose that motivation to start when
of
you're
course.
first year. You will
That
never.
that is the motivator.
Exactly. No.
Do whatever the fuck you want.
And then also there was another problem.
Yeah, what's that?
The Japanese system didn't allow me to go to a normal high school.
Really?
Exactly. So I had to go to a like
Special school.
exactly.
No, I'm just,
Exactly.
No.
So, but not for kids with special needs. But it's for kids that let's say who didn't go to junior high school for multiple problems. Some were the bad guys,
Yeah.
or some were the bullied guys.
Yeah, or like home issues.
Exactly,
something
whatever.
like that.
So, forgive me my words, but those kind of school, the level is the lowest.
Right,
Yeah.
and that's how
You're
it is
with the
in States,
miscreants.
too.
You're
Exactly.
with the degenerates.
And I was in the first year of the
Dude, that was a
lowest
hit,
high
bro.
school.
That was a hit,
I'm-
bro.
Exactly. Was
Can I
horrible.
ask you?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 36.
36.
Young buck.
I'm turning 41.
Yeah.
And when I came to Okinawa, when I was 10 years old, I came here
Yeah.
for a month and a half. Alone.
Mm.
And I was bullied. Like, I grew up in, I won't say where, but the country town. And
You were a bully.
no, first day at school, I was like,
Oh.
America, go home.
Yeah.
It's like prison. You got to
Yeah.
punch the biggest dude the first
No,
day.
that's it. But I said, fuck this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
exactly. That's what
I was like, I'll just hang out with my grandma for
Yeah.
fucking 2 months or whatever, a year and a half, whatever. Or
Exactly.
a year, a month and a half. Sorry, you gotta edit that. Anyways,
Exactly.
the point is, I understand where you're coming from.
Exactly.
It's, these are my roots,
Yeah.
and I'm here, and I've been here 20 years, and I will. You have
But-
no choice. You
exactly.
have no choice.
But that's a nice thing of my life. What I like, I feel sometimes I feel that I have no hometown or nationality.
I feel the same.
You are home right now.
Yeah, but sometimes you're here in Okinawa and they tell you, my wife almost every day tells me, you are a fucking Venezuelan. My way of thinking, my way of acting,
Yeah.
whatever.
Nice.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's
Exactly.
cool because you bring variety
Exactly.
to your family. You bring variety to the community.
And that was actually something I don't mean to divert you,
I
but
mean,
I
yeah.
wanted to ask you,
Oh.
as growing up in Venezuela, when you came to Japan, because like for me, I like Japanese people are very sweet.
Yeah,
I love
they're
them.
really nice,
Okinawan
yeah.
people are fantastic. I love living here. I love everything about
Mhm.
it. The people are awesome, but they are different. They grow up different than we do in America.
Yeah.
They grow up different than the people in Venezuela. How did you find, like, were there any issues, like, when you came home, when you came back here, were there any, like, things you were like, oh, this is hard to deal with, this is,
Many,
like,
many.
but, like, from a personality standpoint, because, like, I've found, like me and my wife's Japanese, I love her to death, but
She's not Okinawan.
but
No,
but
but-
she isn't. But that's different, you know. But like,
Yeah.
there are definitely cultural differences that, like, you'll be like, "Hey, I want to do this way," and she'll be like, "No, we do it this way
I
here."
know.
And so, were there any things that were difficult for you to navigate?
Many. The problem was I was in high school. In Japan, we have a strict, rules with old, well,
Street rules.
I don't know how to say in
No,
even in English.
street rules.
Exactly. So
Cultural.
you have to
Hood
change
shit.
the words
Yeah.
you
Thug
use
life,
when you talk
thug
with
shaker
elderly
central.
Right.
people.
Yeah.
For example, we have to use keigo when you talk with a guy that is just 1 year older than you.
Really?
Oh, wait.
Exactly.
Keigo.
Ikta,
Wow.
Ikta,
Exactly.
how old are you?
Fuck you.
First question.
That's a fuck you.
How old are
Exactly.
you? Because how do I address you?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
heard that.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was hard for me.
So Japanese are always trying to figure out the social structure at
Exactly.
the beginning of the
There's
conversation.
a hierarchy.
I mean-
And no, and what's
Hierarchy.
crazy is
Exactly.
there was a plane crash in Guam a few years ago, and it was a Korean aircraft because it's the same way in Korea.
Yeah.
And basically, what the TSA or whoever investigated it, like the Federal Safety Board or whoever it was, they found that the reason why the plane crashed was because, like, the dude who was second in charge
Oh, wow.
knew the plane was going to hit a mountain, and like couldn't tell the dude who was older than him because the guy was like a year older than him or something like that. It's a famous plane crash.
States, we do not.
I mean, it happened like 20 years ago or something in Guam.
You do what you do.
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that when I was in Korea. I was stationed in Busan, Korea.
Yeah.
I noticed that. So I was the deputy. I don't want to take away from the story, but.
Exactly.
Can I ask you a question?
No, please.
Sometimes that's good. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
good. Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't
Can I
ask
ask you a
questions.
Yeah.
So that whole thing that
Yeah.
you're talking about, I don't know, you want to call it like a social structure.
Yeah.
Is that unique to Japan?
Yeah, I think comes from the samurai. I mean,
But it
culture.
definitely they have it in Korea as well.
Exactly.
And I think it's like more like just Asia
Asian.
in general.
Is it okay to say that, or is that
Yeah.
racist?
No. It's okay. We know that.
I don't know how you feel.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
know
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
we have it.
It's only racist when you say it's racist.
So you say so obviously very different languages. Japanese and
Yeah.
Korean, like they're like 180 degree
Yeah,
difference.
but we know
But, like,
we
there's
have that.
similarities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In the social.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that.
Yeah.
But, you know,
It is what it is. I mean,
exactly.
it's
I
where you live
can't
in.
change.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah.
change it.
were there any
Yeah.
other
To
things
be
that were
honest
like?
with you, to be honest with you, it's nice. Yeah, I like it. It's
Well, I
wholesome.
like
It's
deference to
structure,
elders.
respect.
And,
It's good.
yeah, I'm all about. I
No,
don't think
exactly.
in America.
It's nice when
That's
someone.
very Korean.
Exactly.
But
No,
in a
I'm
business
not
setting-
talking about Japan.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
When
I
it
have
comes
a
to
lot of-
business, it's nice. But when it comes to friends or whatever,
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
horrible.
bullshit.
Or when
yeah.
it comes to like life or death,
or
like,
or
Exactly.
work especially. I bet it's
Exactly.
like
yeah.
imagine like being like, yes sir, can I
exactly.
can I juggle your huevos? Like
Exactly.
that's kind
You
of
have to polish a fucking apple every day.
That's shitty. Like
Exactly.
It's very hierarchical. If I pronounce
exactly.
that right.
Yeah, you did.
Exactly. For example, imagine we're in the office. Matt writes something
I'm
wrong.
4 years older than
Exactly.
you. Yeah.
He's older than me. I can't
Can't
say anything.
That's
to
so
Matt.
crazy.
Exactly.
Because I'll come over
Exactly.
and do a suplex.
No,
Or
How dare you
can't say
disrespect
nothing.
me, Sensei?
And then the
Exactly,
plane
exactly.
crashes into the mountain.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
I can say one thing being half Japanese is
Yeah.
that out here,
Yeah.
I grew up in the States, so I am American.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
And
the
so
issue.
there's no hierarchy.
Yeah. No.
It's-
Never.
How you address people
Yeah.
Exactly.
depends on how you look at them.
Mm.
But in Japan, it's all about senpai.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I mean,
definitely
age
don't
is not
like it.
everything. I mean,
Right.
exactly. You
Because
can respect.
you could be 16 and be smarter than a 40-year-old.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
exactly,
Like,
exactly.
Or you could be 90 and be dumb as shit. Like,
Or whatever. You can be
Yeah.
40 and stupid.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We're-
Exactly.
yeah,
We're a little.
we're
bit-
living proof.
That's me.
Oh.
I'm stupid.
A lot of mercy.
Yeah,
Lord mercy.
I've definitely experienced that working with the militaries here. It's just it's hard for
Age.
people in the chain of command because nobody wants to make a decision. They want
Oh,
to take it to the
yeah.
top guy.
Yeah.
Whereas in the military,
Yeah,
the U.S.
yeah.
military, like you can make decisions.
Mhm.
Like if you're a first class and you know your authority, you're an E6, you can make a
You do
decision.
that.
If you're an E7, you know that's your authority, you can make a decision. But I found that when I was working, I worked with the Koreans a lot in Seoul, and like they were really slow to make decisions, and it was because of that hierarchical. But I don't want to get up on that. We were
Yeah.
talking about Venezuela.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So let me go back.
Yeah,
I don't want to make it this a sad story
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I have a nice side too.
yeah.
The
please.
worst part of starting my life in Japan was this hierarchy, structure, culture, whatever.
I got more sad stories, man.
No, but exactly. But the nice
Holler at
side,
your boy.
the light side,
Yeah.
not the dark side.
Yeah.
The light side was I realized really, or stop the camera.
Mhm.
It was easier for me to get girlfriends in Japan. Exactly.
yeah. But-
Exactly.
Wow, that's
why?
good.
I mean, you look Okinawan.
Exactly, but
why?
I mean, in Latin America
Mm.
or in the States also, Japanese are not that attractive. You know, I mean, I was thinner
Are you serious?
or smaller.
You
yeah,
like white-
yeah,
you like
oh
white
yeah,
chicks?
hell yeah.
Dude,
I mean,
I love Asian chicks.
no.
We know.
Asian women
Yeah.
are nice. Asian guys are
Dickheads.
dickheads. Exactly.
Really?
I mean,
I've heard that about Australians.
So-
I love Australia.
So
I've
why
been
would-
there. They're brilliant. I'm not trying to disparage the country, but I've heard
Disparage.
that a lot of Australian women like like the Marine contingent that's down there in Darwin.
Yeah.
That a lot of like local women date Marines.
I've heard that too.
Because,
are you still recording?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
Because I've heard that Australian guys are a little gruff.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah, and
But
so like,
it's more simple. It's more simple. I was 17 when I was in Venezuela.
But
Yeah.
why were you so attracted to
That's-
Japanese girls? Why
Okay.
did they like you?
The worst episode for me when I was in Venezuela was fucking South Park.
South Park?
South Park. You remember South Park?
Yeah.
We
That's my
all
shit.
exactly.
That's my
We
jam
all-
right there.
I love South Park.
Yeah,
I love
of course.
South Park.
How can you not?
And I remember in one episode,
Yeah.
Kenny dies again.
Again.
As
Again?
Again.
Can he die
As
again?
always.
You just spoiler alert.
Exactly.
Sorry,
And
people.
Cartman comes, whatever, and he says, "Fuck, that was the Asians has the dick small," and that's when everything started.
Yeah.
That's
The
when
next day, I go to school. Everyone, hey, Casey, show me your dick. Show me your dick. I go everywhere. Hey, show me your dick.
Wait,
Is
wait,
it
in
small?
Venezuela?
Wow, that's funny.
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
you showed your dick.
And
They
I'm a
haven't-
teenager.
They haven't heard about Europeans.
Exactly.
So
apparently.
everybody
Exactly.
in Venezuela at that time was watching South
South
Park.
Park.
Yeah.
Exactly. You go to school the next
Well,
day.
I don't.
So-
I mean,
so,
this
like, that
story
sucks,
is a
bro.
little bit.
Exactly,
fucked.
exactly.
Like, I don't want to.
Whatever.
Too far into it. But, like,
Anyways,
hey, we're telling
this
stories.
Is a story from
This is a bunch of dudes shitting around. I told you this, I believe. Like when I first got to Japan, I was out at a bar
Oh, yeah.
in Sasebo, and some Japanese dude
Yeah.
walked up to me and just grabbed my junk, and I was like, horrified. I was like,
What are you doing?
I didn't know. I was like, should I hit him? Like, I have no idea. It freaked me the fuck out, and I was like, international incident.
Free
I
hand
was like,
jobs.
no, so I ran out of the bar, and I was kind of like.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't give a fuck if someone grabs me. Like, I don't give a shit at all.
That's so Japanese.
But it was
Yeah.
just it was weird,
Yeah. I
and
mean,
that's
it's weird,
I was
but I don't
shocked.
care.
I was shocked by it. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
care. I didn't feel like sexually assaulted
Yeah,
or anything
whatever,
stupid
yeah.
like that.
That's
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You want to? Hey, you want a piece? Come grab away.
No.
I
In
would
drop
Japan,
my junk
in
too.
Japan,
Yeah, so
exactly.
no, so I went outside. My buddy came out,
Yeah.
and I said to him, I was like, I told him what happened, and he goes, "Oh, that shit happens to me all the time," and I was like,
Not
all the
Not
time?
all the time. Not
Yeah,
all
no,
the
he
time,
said
no.
that.
Free
And then-
hand jobs
no,
all
no,
the
no, and then
time.
I go,
Yeah.
why? And he goes,
Yeah.
dude, he wants to know because like
How big?
your shit
Exactly.
is. It was like an old man. It was like an old drunk man, and so I was like, oh, okay, like whatever. So we went somewhere else, which was fine. It actually happened again, not too long after that, and I was ready for it that time. I was like,
Exactly.
I was like,
All right.
grab away, motherfucker.
So I changed my life from being or from walking at school with a poster here saying my dick is small. I came to Japan. Exactly. Everybody
Yeah.
sees you as that.
You have a tattoo.
Every
that says my
year,
dick is
exactly.
small.
You have a digital tattoo here from South Park saying Asians has small dicks. Exactly.
Because of a South Park video.
Man, you're a teenager. Teenagers are.
When it comes to
Because
women,
tell you
Exactly, exactly,
Everybody
exactly.
was watching the
They're-
same thing. At the
So
same
you
time.
came back here,
vertical lips.
and you're just one of the
Exactly.
crowd. But over there, they were like, "Oh, he's got a small dick because he's Asian."
Exactly. I came back to Japan and
Yeah.
I'm in Okinawa.
As-
I'm tall.
as
Yeah.
I'm tall.
Yeah.
everybody thinks.
Okay, we're getting a little bit
Yeah.
blue. We're getting a little bit blue
That's another
here.
conversation.
You pipe down there.
Sorry,
bud.
guys. Sorry.
We
sorry,
might have to have-
Sorry,
we-
I am getting a little crazy.
Stop
here.
it!
I'm
Get
gonna
away!
shut
Get
the
away!
fuck up.
Get away from
Bye-bye.
that. No, we might have to bleep that. That's fine.
Well, I
But-
came to Japan
yeah.
and was really,
That's crazy.
maybe, really 50, 60 times easier for me to get a girlfriend.
I love it. This dude,
Exactly.
let's let him tell this story.
Yeah.
Tell,
Nice,
like
nice.
divulge.
Yeah.
Like tell me. So like
Yeah.
you came here.
Yeah.
But here's the thing though. You're kind of pissed at your dad because you're 17.
Yeah.
You did not bring everything with you. You stumbled upon the idea that,
Yeah.
or the fact that, hey, I'm actually not going back to my town
Yeah.
in Venezuela, from which I was born. My whole frame of reference to the world comes from that town in southern Venezuela. So now you find out that you have to go to high school again.
Yeah.
But you already graduated high school.
But
Oh, I thought you were
Okay,
giving
so-
that to me. I was like, yeah,
exactly,
I
you
want
go to high
that.
school.
Can I have
So
one? Hook it up,
all
dog.
the girls come to you.
all the girls come to you. Okay.
I
But
love
why
high
do they-
school.
but why? But why do they come to you? You look
Exactly,
Japanese.
exactly. But my look it's
Cheers.
not that bad in Japan. It's not that bad.
You're a good-looking dude.
Exactly. I'm not the
You're a
cutest guy of the
fucking
world.
Hercules.
I'm not
Don't ever.
Hercules.
So was
Hercules.
it? I guess what I'm saying is, was
Cheers,
it your
mate.
accent or was it your Venezuelan swagger?
No, my face. Simple.
Oh,
My
I thought you were
face-
gonna be like you had like an accent.
No,
and you
nothing,
had,
nothing,
like-
nothing. But later
I have a
at
shot?
university, I discovered that my English,
Just put it on my tab, dude.
or Spanish or Venezuelan background was the fucking sexiest thing
Mama.
I have.
Exactly.
You're an
Exactly.
exotic fruit now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
I found a nice,
This
way.
I like this. This is nice.
I found a nice way of hunting girls. I go dating exactly. You go dating whatever with a girl, but I'm not go with a girl and say, "Hey, I speak English, I speak Japanese, I'm Venezuelan." No, you can do that. You can do it. You can't do that.
Yeah, no,
It's
you
too
don't-
arrogant.
Yeah, it's arrogant. Yeah,
So
smooth.
what I do is,
Arigato.
my sister
Yeah.
was in Japan at that time. I always call my sister before meeting a girl.
Yeah.
Not call. I mean, just send a text.
Yeah.
Call me 10 minutes later. And I meet my girl, the girl.
Simple
So you
math.
can speak Spanish.
Exactly, but no. I need a reason to speak Spanish.
Yeah, I know. So
So
you
he
have
told
your
his
sister-
Exactly.
to call.
I told my sister to call 10 minutes later.
Gangster.
and then you'd be like, "Burushwa."
Okay.
Exactly.
Is this how you met your wife?
No, because
This is not your mother.
So you would
Yeah.
you would tell your sister to call you 10 minutes into the date. You would answer, and then you would start speaking fluent
Spanish,
Spanish.
and the girls go, "What's that?" Oh, didn't I tell you?
So
Actually, and
hold on. Pause. I just gotta say one thing.
yeah.
So me and Keshi, we went and met Andres Iniesta, one of the greatest
Ah,
footballers
yeah,
of all
yeah.
time. And the reason why, so my son was wearing Keshi's Barcelona jersey, and Keshi's a huge Barca fan. I love Iniesta. He's one of my footballing heroes. So we went there to see him because he plays for Kobe, right?
Yeah, Kobe.
So the reason, so I have some great photos. I got one for you, actually. I'm going to give it to you.
have
I
to
got
give
it
you
printed
that.
out into a poster.
Wow.
Yeah, it's sick. But the reason why, only 3 or 4 people got his autograph that day, it's because, what did you say to him in Japanese? In Spanish?
In Spanish. Iniesta, un autógrafo para el chaval.
Perfect.
Exactly. That means an autograph for the kid.
Yeah.
In Spanish.
So he called to him in Spanish,
Oh,
and
that-
Iniesta was like, what? What? And came over and signed the shirt. And Keshi's gonna hang that on his wall someday.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's
Yeah,
awesome.
dude.
So the Spanish comes in handy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
dude.
And really, you could see Iniesta
That's for
hearing the Spanish.
Oh,
really?
His ears.
Yeah.
He's like, huh? Whoa!
It was clear.
Yeah,
you just
you
That's
basically
also nice.
you basically put like a little bomb in his ear.
Exactly.
There's
Yeah.
a huge crowd. He heard that. He had
Exactly.
some
he's like,
hearing.
you're my
He's
boy.
like,
Yeah.
Exactly. And he came
wow.
Yeah.
so genki and give me his one.
So I had to
Exactly.
I had to buy an Iniesta autograph for my son because my
Exactly.
son was wearing Keshi's shirt and he signed Keshi's shirt and I was like, Genki, Keshi loves Barcelona.
Exactly.
We have to we have to give it to Keshi. And my son was like, yeah, he was very mature. He was
Great.
like, absolutely.
That's awesome.
Then we got home and he didn't even ask me. I was like, as a present, I'm gonna get you an
And
Iniesta autograph.
I haven't yet, but I have to give Genki a few Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
As a
Oh yeah,
recompense.
he'll love you forever.
You give and you shall receive.
Fuck yeah. Dude.
Exactly. So I receive. I have
Love
to
it.
give.
Bar Blue
You don't have
Lagoon.
to give me anything.
So okay, so let's
Yeah.
so the end of the story
Yeah.
is you're here in Japan
Yeah, yeah.
again. You became a teacher, right?
Yeah. That was nice, really.
What were you
I
teaching?
never.
What were you
I-
teaching?
Exactly, English.
English?
Exactly, But
Okay.
I never wanted to teach in my life.
Yeah.
Never.
Exactly.
But those are the shit
But exactly, no. But what was nice is
It's a hard job.
there are a lot of people like me in Okinawa.
Mm.
I mean, they went to Brazil, whatever,
Very
and they had to
Americanized,
go
yeah.
back to Okinawa, but they can't read, write,
Mm.
whatever Japanese. So there was a Japanese school for those type of guys or
Mm.
people, and I went to that school. Actually, I didn't have. Was too easy for me, but
Mm.
I just went. to try to build a community with those kind of people. And I felt that teaching was nice. That was my first experience of learning, and I mean seeing a teacher as a
And what year is this?
After 17, 18.
Okay.
So that was my first
long
time
ago.
thinking, teaching looks interesting. People think. They think.
Oh, you were 17, not 2017.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
okay.
17 years, 2003.
Yeah.
I was 17 years old. I saw, teaching
Eh,
looks
eh.
nice. People thank you.
Eikawa?
No, Nihongo class.
Okay.
I went to Nihongo class, a volunteering class. I feel it nice. And I said, that's what I can do. I can speak English.
So you were a teacher for a long time.
Yeah, that was nice. Was really, really nice.
It's amazing. You got a guy
Yeah.
here, he's fluent. He can read and write in
Many
three
languages,
Three
yeah.
languages. That's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
It's amazing. And it's all because his family took the leap.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
You know what? His family, I was thinking about this.
They
the
had
other
the
night.
bollocks
No,
to go
seriously,
over
I was thinking,
there.
because I'm amazed by your story. I was thinking this, your uncle,
Yeah.
he could have said, you know what? I'm going to go to Germany.
Exactly.
I'm going to go to
Or I'm gonna go,
California.
or I'm gonna go nowhere.
Or-
Like you could
Exactly.
have just
No, no.
stayed where you're
Zimbabwe.
You know what?
Or-
If he
Yeah.
had gone to
Yeah.
California, chances are they would not have migrated back.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be sitting here today.
Exactly.
Right.
If they had gone to
Brazil, maybe,
Colombia,
Mm.
chances are they'd still be in Colombia.
Yeah.
If they had gone, anywhere. But there was a boom and bust in Venezuela.
He took the chance.
You came back, but you came back with just like this resource of like another world
Yeah.
that's valuable, and you bring it here.
Travel is so
Yeah.
enriching.
And what's so
Yeah.
funny is when I did not know you were from Venezuela, but I was listening to you talk in English, and you reminded me of a Venezuelan that I know. There's some of the English words you pronounce, and it always kind of like,
Yeah,
I was like, what is that?
accent.
And then when Matt told me that you were from Venezuela, I was like, it makes so much sense because there's some things that you say,
Yeah.
or it's like a Spanish English
I
accent.
know.
Yeah. It's cool.
So
I
is
just
it
think it's so
instead of
fascinating.
Spanglish,
You know?
it's
Exactly.
Janglish?
Jan Spanglish. I don't know how to say it.
Janglish.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I respect the game. Like I
Lot of mercy.
respect like making big moves.
You got it.
Like
You-
in life,
no, you got the
Big
chance.
risk,
You have the chance.
big
your
reward.
His uncle made a
Yeah.
big move.
Yeah, you
And
got
you know
it.
what? In the end, it wasn't finite. They didn't stay there. But you know what? It's so crazy how like the choices that we make,
Exactly.
it dictates what our kids' faces are going to look like.
Yeah.
What the rest of what we're going to be eating for dinner on Wednesday
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
What
Where we're going to be
like,
eating dinner on
like
Wednesday night?
if he had stayed in Venezuela,
Mm-hmm.
who knows what he'd be doing? Like, you know what I mean? So
Exactly.
like the decisions
Exactly.
that we make.
Man, the
But
biggest
one
thing-
thing I've learned, like from like guys like Elon Musk, to bring it back,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like his uncle, you
Yeah.
got to make big moves.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly.
Don't
Absolutely.
fucking play it safe.
If you're
Exactly,
a coward,
exactly.
Life is short,
you can't
don't
be a
play it
coward.
safe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go big.
As you say, I mean,
Yeah.
if you understand, do that. I mean, if you find something that nobody does, you have to do that.
Yeah, you have to.
gotta go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's where, I mean, the chance.
The
Mhm.
world rewards people who are the. Yeah, I could say like the world rewards people who. Fortune favors
the
brave.
bold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fortune favors the bold.
Yeah.
Or the brave.
Or the brave. Either
Yeah.
way.
The same. I
I
mean,
love
True.
it's like
True.
Columbus. Columbus was the same.
So like let's
That's right. New world.
so you're a teacher, now you're a journalist.
That's a really, really interesting. part of
Why
the
did
story.
you quit teaching to become a journalist?
Simply speaking, really, I just didn't like. I love teaching. I love
Yeah.
kids. I love whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't like the system
That's
of my
why
former company.
It's the same in America.
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly. I mean, you know,
Teachers have to teach to tests. They have to
no,
like.
no,
certain-
no, I
I'm
didn't.
talking about
no.
America. I'm not
Exactly,
talking about
exactly.
Japan, but yeah.
Not was that part because I became not a director, but like I have subordinates, whatever.
Yeah.
So when you become part of the leading group of the company,
Mm,
you have to deal with that hierarchy pyramid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you have somebody that is older than me with a fucking stupid idea.
yeah.
sometimes I bring
That's brilliant. That's
exactly,
brilliant.
exactly.
Yeah.
I bring a decent idea,
Yeah.
but you see that stupid
Right.
idea being
You're the idiot.
accepted.
You're the.
I've started to hate my job in that point.
That's why
I was thinking to go to the base.
Yeah.
Any job, really,
Yeah,
any
yeah.
job. And this was the fears I got.
Do you think that that clashing that you experienced
Yeah.
is because you grew up in another country, or do you think it's just because of your unique personality?
No. I think it's depends on the personality.
So,
It's,
so if you had not grown up in Venezuela and you grown
Pipe
up in
down,
Okinawa
you.
your whole life, do you think you would have had that conflict?
Maybe no.
So you think you would have stayed?
Yeah.
I love you, Wayne.
So why is that?
But I mean, it's you can feel or see that decision, it's damaging the company. You know, it's like a plane crash.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't, but I could accept it multiple times, but at a point you say no, that's enough. I mean, you can't take it.
Yeah, but do you so I guess what I'm saying is like, could you not take it because
And we're off.
you're you?
That's it.
You know what? I think that's a good place to end
Yeah.
it.
That is a good place
That's a good place
to
to
end
end
it.
it.
you're off.
Keshi, you're a fantastic guest, dude.
Yeah.
For
Your
next
story,
time.
no, your story's
next time.
fascinating,
Yeah,
bro.
more stories maybe.
Thank you so much.
We
And
should-
no, because
we-
I'll
dude,
put
we
up
should
the
pick
broken
out
arrow.
those stories.
No, I'll put
Yeah.
up the broken arrow logo, and we can run the end of this.
I don't mean to
but-
cut you off.
No.
No,
So
don't
let's
worry, don't worry.
dude, we're still recording, so
Yeah.
let's finish it up.
Who's
I'll put
recording?
I am
Oh.
the mics. I'll put a logo up. So
do
let's
it.
wrap it up.
Yeah.
So like, all right,
How to finish this story?
Keshi Kojo.
Yeah.
His story of from going from Venezuela to back to Okinawa, from a teacher to a journalist. We got Frank Andrews here, Matt Bosco,
And God.
and we got God in the
God is sleeping.
background,
Yeah.
rendering verdicts.
Yeah.
So, final thoughts. What do you guys got? What do you, Keshi? You go
Yeah.
first. Like, you've just told us your story. How are you doing now? Like, how's life?
Okay, I'm enjoying life. I
Yeah.
love my life right now, but after talking all these things about my uncle, my dad, I really sometimes feel I have to do that challenge or that move.
Yeah.
I need to do that move.
You're from
It's tight, man.
Venezuela.
I like that,
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
You're from Venezuela.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'm
some
from LA.
some
half
investments.
Okinawan.
Exactly.
Maybe some crypto.
Cryptos,
Yeah.
cryptos.
Let's roll the dice, baby.
Let me ask you a question real quick. You say I have to make that move. What is that move to you?
Going somewhere.
Going somewhere.
Going.
Bro,
That's
like,
right.
Or maybe
Frank is the
starting my
poster
own
child.
business. I have two choices. It's
Ah.
moving out of Okinawa or start my own
Or
We're
business.
gonna
both.
take a
Or
leap
both.
of faith.
Or both.
Start a
Exactly.
business somewhere else
Exactly.
where the opportunity
Okay,
exists.
maybe we can divulge on that later.
Yeah.
Conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll have you back on.
In the
'cause,
next
like,
episode.
that conversation, I mean, like, we did, like, almost 2 hours.
Wow.
And that, like, went like that. Like, I was fascinated by your story. I just, wow. Great.
Yeah,
Great
it's
discussion.
awesome.
Thanks.
Cheers, Frank.
Thanks,
Cheers,
thanks,
Keshi.
thanks,
Yeah.
man.
Cheers, Wayne-san.
Yeah.
The host with the most.
host.
And like we said, any of the financial stuff we talked about is not financial advice.
Yeah.
These opinions are our own. And if you know, like I said before, I think in the podcast one, I will never. First of all, I don't even want people to watch this. Like, I hope they do, kind of.
No.
But like, no,
No,
I
like
just,
and-
I
like and
just don't want to be
subscribe.
seen on camera. I
Yeah.
fucking hate being on camera.
Like and
whatever it is, what
subscribe.
it is. Yeah, like, subscribe. If you want to comment, if you want to email us, you can email us at chuhaimillions@gmail.com. That's CHUHI millions@gmail.com. And if you want to donate, we're never gonna like. I'm maybe someday I'll do a Patreon. Probably not. I don't know. But if you wanna donate, you can donate some crypto, either Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Matic. You can donate to 5446.wallet. And that's it, man.
That's it. Yeah.
Broken Arrow Podcast, live from the bar, and we out.
You guys be good.
Peace.
I'm scraping these plates, I do whatever it takes. I'm steady chasing